On this Memorial Day, we remember the words of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men have died to win them. Today then presents us with the perfect opportunity to honor our veterans who have honored us by serving so courageously in face of great conflict. With those words to remind us, we gather here today to honor all veterans, especially those from the Bryan College Station area, those living and those more fittingly who have made the supreme sacrifice of laying down their lives to preserve the precious liberties that we so many times take for granted. Memorial Day also offers us the opportunity to pay special tribute to the many men and women now serving in Iraq, Afghanistan, and around the world. But to those who have made the supreme sacrifice protecting our freedoms, we owe the promise that they did not die in vain. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses row on row that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from falling hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who died, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. This was a scene from a World War I battlefield described so eloquently by John McCrae, who was a doctor there. He did it with such sadness, such anguish, and I quote Dr. McCrae, "I wish I could embody on paper some of these 17 days of Hades. At the end of the first day, if anyone had told us we would have to spend 17 days there, we would have folded our hands and said it could not be done." This is just another of the many examples of the bravery and the caring that has occurred in conflicts involving these great United States. One death particularly affected Dr. McCrae. A young friend and a former student of his, Lieutenant Alexis Helmer of Ottawa, had been killed by a shell burst on May the 2nd, 1950. Lieutenant Helmer was buried later that day in a little cemetery outside McCrae's dressing station. And McCrae had performed the funeral ceremony in the absence of the chapel. The next day, sitting on the back of an ambulance near the dressing station, McCrae had vented his anguish by composing the poem I just read to you. Actually, Dr. McCrae discarded that poem, but it was saved by a fellow officer. He retrieved it and sent it to England, where it was later published, and it remains today one of the most memorable war poems that has ever been published. Have you ever looked at a soldier's face? Sometimes it's young and barely adult. The hopes of youth still painted on its features. Sometimes it's old, older than faith, older than wisdom, older than time. And sometimes it's a bit of both all at once. Sometimes it's gritty and pain, remembering the face of another who has fallen. Sometimes it's laughing, pleased to have a moment of peace. Most of the time it's proud, because it knows, oh yes it knows, the world is a different place, a better place, because of it. Next time you look into a soldier's face, see if you can find that glint of pride. Sometimes it's hidden. You have to search it out. You'll find it in the eyes, for indeed the eyes are the windows to the soul, even a soldier's soul. And when you carefully examine every feature of that soldier's face, stand up straight and tall and smile your best smile. Thank that soldier. He or she does what some cannot and will not do. He or she defends what they believe to be right with their very life. But more important, they defend a perfect stranger, you. When you see a flag-draped casket, stand in memoriam of all the soldiers' faces you have examined. For when one falls, they all fall. And when one of them stands, they all stand. Should we all stand behind and with them? And the answer is profoundly yes. This was written in 2006 by a lady named Lillian Leader.